With Memorial Day weekend approaching, so it's the start of what's expected to be an especially busy summer for air travel. With that in mind, we have exclusive new reporting on the origins of some of the massive travel delays last summer. It's not, at least not in this case, the airlines. Instead, the trouble came from a part of the system that most passengers never see. As CNN's Pete Muntean reports, it could cause fresh trouble again this summer.
It was the summer of air travel meltdowns. Figures from flight tracking site FlightAware showed that last Memorial Day to Labor Day, airlines in the U.S. canceled 55,000 flights and delayed 500,000 more.
It was horrible.
A flight gets canceled, then it's really tough to get on another one.
It is frustrating.
The blame was mostly put on the airlines, which was mostly right.
The airlines need to be prepared to service the tickets that they sell.
But now CNN has learned from internal documents obtained through a Freedom of Information Act request that thousands of those flight delays were triggered by repeated short staffing at one federal air traffic control facility in Florida. The Federal Aviation Administration's Jacksonville Center facility is responsible for controlling airspace used by nearly every commercial flight arriving and departing at Florida's busiest airports. CNN found that last summer it was short-staffed during more than 200 shifts. Documents reveal over 7 weeks, the FAA believed staffing problems delayed a total of 4,622 flights, nearly 1 in 10 of all delays statewide.
It has just a domino effect throughout the industry.
At Tampa International Airport, Executive Vice President of Operations John Tillikos began monitoring the staffing problems as passengers began getting stranded. In June, he wrote the FAA, saying, "What's odd to me is that the only FAA facility that seems to be having staffing issues is Jacksonville Center."
And obviously ask the question, what are you going to do about it? What is the FAA doing to address the issue so that we can get our operational dependability back on track?
In one message, one senior FAA official gave a blunt assessment to FAA Acting Chief Billy Nolan. "I don't believe we have any excuse other than a straight-up shortage of certified controllers in multiple areas."
In many ways, the FAA is rudderless.
Paul Rinaldi is the former president of the union that represents air traffic controllers. Also revealed in the documents, a whistleblower complaint alleging overworked Jacksonville controllers. The FAA now tells CNN that it has changed leadership at the facility.
It's a very demanding profession. They have to be 100% of the time.
The FAA has vowed to hire 1,500 new controllers this year and 1,800 next year. But the agency is also warning issues will not be fixed fast. With another key facility in New York roughly half-staffed, the FAA says delays at the area's 3 major airports could rise by 45% this summer.
We own our part. The industry will own their part. It will take all of us working together.
Pete Muntean joins us now from Reagan National Airport. What's the FAA saying in response to this?
Well, Anderson, the FAA underscores that it's really not air traffic control issues that drive delays, but rather bad weather and traffic volume issue. The agency insists that it's taken extra steps to put in place extra staff at Jacksonville Center, and it says that conditions have improved since last summer. But the real question now is whether or not these fixes will work this summer. Thursday stands to be one of the busiest air travel days of the Memorial Day air travel period, with 51,000 flights scheduled nationwide.